that must be O2.
If you O, then be dinosaur.
Dinosaur! Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Just Chatting with Jowell Chan, myself. I'm the host today, and today we have...
Hello, I'm Dawn and I'm 19 and I'm a singer, songwriter, busker and Twitch streamer from Singapore. Yes.
Wow. That sounds like a lot of things, man.
This is a lot of things.
Yeah. But it all sounds like it's all in like the performing area.
Yes, I actually do music on all of these platforms, so everything is music related. Yeah.
That's interesting, that's interesting. Well, what made you start liking music?
I think when I was young, my parents just sent me to like a performing arts class where you basically like dancing, act, like anything that is like an art form that is, you perform on stage. And then I was just there as a kid having fun, and somehow I just slowly leaned towards liking more music and did more like music things. So and then it popped off from there. Yeah.
Wait, when you go for like for this school, was it like a whole day of like doing like dancing and all?
Not really. It was like a few types of different classes, and then depending on the schedule, you just go like once a week. It's like enrichment classes, like tuition, but not tuition.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. How old were you when you first started out?
I think around 5.
5?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was more like a for fun and for me to gain confidence thing, because I was a very shy child. Very shy child.
Super shy.
Super shy. Okay.
So, alright, so from 5, then after that you went to, I guess you went to primary school?
Yes.
How was it like? Did you continue the enrichment?
I did continue. So, at the point of time, I did like quite a bit of like musical theater-ish kind of stuff. And then,
wait, what kind of musical theater kind of stuff?
It was like, around that time, I did some like pantomimes with Wild Rice.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I think I did 3 years with them.
3 years?
Yeah.
Wait, so from the beginning of primary school, 3 years?
I think it was like 7, 8, 9. I think, if I remember correctly.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you were saying, sorry. Besides, you were saying musicals.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like basically a lot of acting musical things at that point of time. And I didn't have like electronics as a kid.
Electronics, like phones, iPads?
No phones, no iPads. So my life was like studying, books, and performing arts.
Dang.
That's why it felt like I had so much time, I think.
Okay. What kind of books do you read?
Oh, at that age?
Yeah.
At that age, I was like obsessed with like D.R. Stilton, Geronimo Stilton.
Actually, I shouldn't ask that question. I don't read books.
It's okay.
Okay, what's that book about?
I don't really remember. It's like a really long time ago, and it's just like the text is very visual, so it's a lot of like arty-farty things inside the book. I think that's why I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of like describe things very well, and you can imagine it very vividly.
Yeah, like even the text, right, had like different fonts, and like it's not like your normal book where everything's like the same font.
Oh, okay. Maybe I gotta go check it out, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I gotta start reading books actually.
Maybe you shouldn't start from Geronimo Stilton. I think.
I will start with Roald Dahl or something.
I think the internet will flame you for your age.
Oh my god, okay. So, so you're saying, so while you were studying, you were doing, working on projects with Wild Rice.
Yes.
How did that work?
Usually it's like, Wild Rice pantomimes are like more end of the year.
Okay.
And then I also did, I think in 2016 I did NDP. So that one took, I remember that one took a lot of time because they start rehearsing like very, very early.
Yeah.
And I was like part of this thing called Kids at Play. I remember it because like we were like basically not really the main cast, but like the subcast for like the entire show, and we would just appear at different parts of the show.
Ah.
Yeah, and that one like took quite a bit of rehearsals, and usually it's I think if I remember correctly, then my day was like you go to school in the morning and then you end about like 1, and after you go for rehearsals.
Ooh, wow. The
Yeah.
full day.
And then you bring your homework to rehearsals, and then you see like all the kids sitting together and doing their homework.
Oh.
Yes.
They're not copying each other's homeworks, right?
They are all from different schools, they can't copy.
Okay. That's good. Then
Yeah.
I think more schools should send their kids there so they can't copy each other's homework. Do you want to copy homework? Go to NDP. No, just kidding. So, okay, so you had pantomimes, then you did NDP. So the pantomimes, NDP came after pantomimes.
Any what?
NDP came after pantomimes.
I think so. It was like around the same thing. They found us because of like the pantomimes and stuff. So it was like similar cast.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like there was those kind of jobs, and then on my own, of course, there are like small little competitions here and there. Yeah.
Oh, you also joined competitions in the meantime.
Yeah, in the meantime, because like a lot of things in the arts is like periodically, like they're events.
Yes,
So
yes.
they happen like periodically. But then like to get yourself kind of occupied throughout the year, you have like different types of like opportunities that if I have time, I'll just take. Like that was what it was. I mean, it still is. So.
How many competitions do you take part in a year?
I think when I was younger, it was very little, like 1 or 2 a year. But then,
1 or 2 on top of your pantomimes every year.
they're all at different times of the year, so it's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like like for me, when I was like in primary school, after class I will go for tuition, or like I'll go out with my friends, that kind of things. You're so busy with like.
I was very lucky as a kid because I didn't have to go for tuition.
Because you didn't need it.
At that point of time, I didn't need it. But
Okay.
of course, it got to a point where I needed it. But then also like I had a school bus. So like when you have a school bus, you basically just go in the morning and leave the moment school ends. Because there's only these time slots for the school bus.
You have to catch the bus and then you have to get home.
Yeah.
The next thing you need to do the other thing.
Yes, and then you just end up doing other things.
Right. How was it like though? Like being so busy after school, you have to catch up with your homework, you have to do all these other side projects, competitions and end year events. What was it like? Like were you able to cope with it? Was it a struggle to, go through that period?
I think when I was a lot smaller, like primary school-ish, it was a lot easier because my parents were also pretty supportive. And at that point of time, I didn't have that much things. I didn't have to do a lot of things myself.
Right.
So with a lot of help, then it was definitely like copable. But after a while, it did affect like my grades a little bit. So I took like a 2-year break. Yeah, so it like when my grades dipped, I took a break because my parents definitely support me doing like music and like the arts, but then they also have their own criteria of like they set like a standard for my academics basically. Both me and my brother, it's the same for both of us. So we have to hit like a certain threshold. Let's say if we go below that threshold, then they will start cutting art stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the stuff you like, man.
Yeah, and that's the stuff I like. That's why I will end up studying too.
That's very smart parents. So, right. So that means, but were you able to pick up your grades at the end of the day? Like, how did that work?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was, it was just like, it just took some time to like pick up, and then yeah, it just went back up. So it had to go back up if I wanted all my things to come back. So
right. True. So after that, like, where do you go from there? Like, you picked up your grades, you completed your primary school.
yeah,
What happened?
yeah. So after that, I went to SOTA. A lot of people will probably ask, like, wait, how did your parents allow you to go to SOTA, right? Isn't it an art school?
Yeah.
Right? That's a question. But then, to be honest, SOTA is an art school, but we like study this thing. We graduate with an IB diploma, which is an International Baccalaureate diploma, which is a proper diploma like ACS, SJI, all the schools. They graduate with the same diploma. It's just that we have like a compulsory art subject on top of whatever we study. So, to my parents, they felt that it was a good opportunity to like kind of also step out of the generic like school system. Yeah. So it was like a win-win. So parents, you can consider it's a win-win situation. Really go and do your research.
Yes. But how do you manage so many things at one time? You got your school, you got to do the arts. Do you have any side projects during that time, like during the time in SOTA?
Actually, in SOTA, a lot of my side projects like toned down because my side projects became school.
Right.
It became compulsory to do.
Right.
So, it was just part of school. Like I said, yeah, it was compulsory for school. Like a lot of my art stuff became integrated in my school and all my graded stuff. So there was a lot less time to like do all these like music stuff outside. But of course, like when it reached the later years, when we were actually in our IB years, which is the last 2 years, we had more freedom because a lot of it's like self-study, research, writing papers, projects. So since then I had more time to go and explore like things like competition, songwriting, and yeah, just explore different types of arts outside of whatever I'm doing and learning in school.
What kind of competitions do you take part in? Because like performing arts is quite general.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's mostly singing competitions. But recently, I started doing some songwriting competitions.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so because in Singapore, actually, there is quite a few competitions, or quite a number of competitions, but mostly in the Mandopop industry. So for me, I do both English and Mandopop. So it was quite easy for me to find competitions to just join for fun. I mean, like perks of there are perks when you win, like, like cash prize opportunities or whatever. But for me, it was quite fun. And it was a way for me to gauge where I stood in like the industry, and also for more people to get to know me. Yeah, because it's very important. I think not just it's not just the entertainment industry, any industry, like when you have your name known, like in the industry, gradually gets better. Or like, how do I phrase this?
Like maybe let's say you're a software engineer and you go for hackathons, you get your name known, you're a champion, or even if you're a runner-up, people will be like, oh, this guy also did pretty well. That kind of, you get noticed.
Yes.
And then you get the connections, you get the prize, all sorts of things, right?
Yeah, all the things that come after as well.
And also the experience.
And the experience, the experience is definitely like a big thing. I met a lot of music friends. Actually, most of the friends I made and has stayed with me for so long are all from performing arts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because we spend so much time outside of school, and even after like you leave a stage of your life like secondary, primary, or tertiary, you're still friends with them for a very long time. So for me, they were like, because of our common hobbies and lifestyle, then we stuck together a lot longer.
Yeah, that's very interesting, because I think generally people's lifestyle do not revolve around music so much, or performing arts so much.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Maybe like for example myself, when I was younger, it revolved a lot around games. Then we play a lot of games, or we play soccer, or we play badminton, all this sort of thing. So this is really interesting. That you it's revolved around. So you back to the competitions things, right? Competition subject. So what kind of so the competitions that you took part in, right? Were there any competitions that really stood out to you that was very memorable for you?
I think it was like when I was 9 actually. It was
Oh,
the
okay,
first
okay.
competition I ever won.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember I was like in a golden dress and I was singing Mamma Mia and dancing to it at the same time. Yes, I still have a video of it, but we are not showing it on this video.
Cutscene editor, please add the cutscene.
Editor, no!
Let's negotiate this after that.
No!
Mamma mia!
But that, because I didn't have very good like self-confidence as
Right,
well,
right.
I should say, like now that I'm looking back on it. And you know, that competition gave me like a big confidence boost.
Do you win it at the end?
Yeah,
or like-
I won it.
You won it?
Yes, that was the first one I ever won in my life.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah.
that was the first competition?
Yes.
And the first one you won?
No, it wasn't the first competition. It was the first competition I won.
Okay,
It
first
was
competition one.
Safra Little Stars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so kids competition.
Maybe it's time to perform Mamma Mia again, man.
Oh my god, Mamma Mia!
Okay, so like, so that feeling of winning the competition must have felt really satisfying. Was it?
It is.
Alright.
It was. I think a lot of people say like don't compare yourself to other people,
Yeah.
but when it comes to all these competitions, sometimes when you feel recognized, then you start to be able to compare to yourself. Like you always have like your own expectations, and you know, whether you compare yourself to others or compare yourself to yourself, that is your expectations. And I think it's very valid to have, and it could be a good motivation or drive to everybody. But of course, there is like an extent. Like don't overdo it and be like salty and all the time, you know. Then that's just the wrong kind of like the not so nice way to
Wholesome.
Yeah, not
Not positive.
yeah, not positive way of like looking towards it.
Did you have that moment before?
When
That experience of like, they don't win, I felt, and then you started feeling very salty towards it.
Of course. I mean, it happens all the time. Like, there's always a small, even if there isn't like a very big like feeling, just deep down in your heart, you know that you are still sad and like not very happy when you don't win. I mean, maybe I'm like saying too much, but you know, sometimes who doesn't want to win, right?
Right. I mean, if you enter a competition, there's
Yeah,
a reason
exactly,
to enter the competition.
exactly.
Even if you say, I'm just doing it for fun, you also have that little feeling of like,
Yeah.
I want to win.
Yeah.
It would be nice if I won.
Yeah, it would be nice if I won. Even the phrase it would be nice if I won is you wanting to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, interesting. But okay, so like when you're at 9, you continue taking part in competitions, all the way up to now you're still taking part in competitions, right? Like there are definitely competitions that you do not win. You do not win them all.
Of course.
How
of
did
course.
you like get through this like you lose, then you take part in the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. What kept you going?
I think one reason why was because I was always so close to first place. Because after the competition which I won when I was 9, right, I never won as in gotten first place.
Yeah.
Ever for like a good 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 or 7 years.
During that 6 or 7 years, it was like at least 2 competitions a year
At least 2, yeah.
that you took part in.
I think at least 2, but it was quite a lot of competitions.
Didn't you feel like giving up or something?
The thing is that, you know, you always feel like you're so close, you know, just a little more. Then somehow you just continue and then it happens to be 6 years.
Oh, okay. So there was never a feeling of giving up. You always felt like, you know, I'm gonna do better next time. I'm gonna do better next time. I'm gonna do better. Was that it?
I mean, there was always like, at every competition when you don't win, there's always disappointment.
Yes.
But you know, I like to say you can be disappointed for a short while and then try to fix it.
Right.
But that could just be me like character kind of thing.
I mean, it's good. There are a lot of instances where I guess, like even for myself, if I take part in a competition, I lose, I'll be like, maybe this isn't for me, and then I move on. Yeah. So I guess this mindset is really good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do better next time. It doesn't matter if I'm like, I don't think you're mostly at the top, right? Like, let's say even if I'm 6th or 7th place, I'll be like, maybe if I try harder next time, and then I can get better. That's a good
Yeah.
mindset to have also, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you said like, let's say if you like get 6 or 7, you think that this isn't really for me. I feel like even that is like okay to think about, because for me, it was quite clear for me since I was pretty small what I didn't like to do. Yes,
Okay,
so when there's something that I didn't like to do, it's very easy for me and very fast for me to say, no, I don't like to do this, so I will not do this. And music happened to be like the longest one that's it, where I never said ever that I don't like to do this at all.
Right,
It never got to that stage. Probably that's why I stuck to it so long.
You're like laser focused. This is what I really like to do, and I'm gonna go for it no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, for me, most of the things that I do, it was more the mindset of I don't like to do this. So it's because it's very hard to say that you really, really, really like to do this. I feel it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier to say I don't like to do this, right?
Yes.
And why not just channel that and twist it in a way where you end up doing something you really, really like, but even though your mindset is like I don't like to do all these other things, yeah, it kind
I
of.
think that's an interesting
Yeah.
thought process to have as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So, okay, so all these competitions, you finally, wait, you say you didn't win anything for 6 to 7 years. What was that one thing that broke through and you finally won?
Oh, it was this Zeal competition where I just finally won first.
6, 7 years. If my math is correct, it's 15 or 16 years old?
Around there.
Yeah.
Or 17. Or maybe 17.
Maybe it's
It's
okay,
around that time.
period.
That time, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was this competition about? Like,
It was like a singing competition, and I joined it the year before also, which I got third. But then I just tried again. Yeah, it was like they sent students from school, and at a point in time, my Chinese teacher was in charge of it, so I just joined. That was a happen thing.
Right, Dawn, I know you've been going for competitions, you're going for
Yeah,
this
you
one
just
too.
go. You know, art school, right?
Yeah,
they also like to push for quite a lot of Bs, so a lot of opportunities also came from there. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I think like back to the art school thing, right? Since we're talking about it now, like what was art school really like? You were saying like you study in the day, in the afternoon.
Oh.
Like what was the curriculum like? Because I think not a lot of people actually envision themselves in art school. There's a lot of like saying going on, like, Singapore, you do art, how can you earn money? Singapore so small, that kind of thing, Right. So
Yeah,
like a lot of parents send their send their kids to school, like regular school, not the art school, that kind of thing. So what was it like? Maybe you can help us understand as well.
I think based on my experience, and what I hear from my friends who like went to like the normal academic route, to be honest, the life out, like whatever we study, is pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the difference is that we spend a lot more time on our extra curriculum, and the training that we got was, they would say, a lot more serious and maybe hardcore, I could say. I mean, if you split like the years, because we have 6 years, right? And then we
Yes.
go straight to uni after that.
Okay.
So the first 4 years were more like guided, and then the last 2 years were like really experimental, research, and so it was those 4 and 2 years were quite different. If we're talking about the 4 years where there was like a guided approach, when we just came from like another system and then we come into an art school, it's very different. So Usually we have like academics in the mornings till like about 1, 2, and then after that we have arts. So like sometimes our classes can be like 2 to 3 hours. Not a week, a day.
A day, every day.
For arts.
So
sometimes it's okay, about 2 to 3 times a day. But we also have CCAs on top of that you can join. It's not compulsory for us.
okay, hold up here. So you study, let's say, in a day, in the morning, you study math, science, English.
Yes, everything.
Everything.
Lit, geog, history, everything.
History. And then in the afternoon, after 1 or 2 p.m., you go for your extracurricular. Is it called extracurricular?
No, it's just
compulsory
arts.
as well.
It's compulsory.
It's arts.
It's arts.
So we're talking about, when we talk about arts, we are talking about maybe dancing,
Yes, depends
musicals,
on your
singing.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, you say.
Depends on your specialization. So when
You can choose.
Yeah, when you audition into SOTA, you already have to choose.
Okay,
because I think, I'm not sure if they have a quota, but I know my cohort took less than 200 people total.
Total.
So different art forms like visual arts, dance, music, theater, literary arts, also writing.
Writing.
Yeah, so it was just in total there was like less than 200 of us.
Wow.
Quite a small cohort.
That's interesting. Maybe that's why we don't hear much like stories of like SOTA students.
Could be. But
sorry.
Oh, but a lot of SOTA, a lot of people also like have this stigma. I think it came on the newspaper a lot of times that people that go into SOTA and come out don't become artists. And what's the point of having the school, right?
Yeah.
I think I would just like to clarify, as someone who graduated from there, I think we are trained to appreciate the arts and keep like arts as a form of culture in Singapore, because not everybody would want to do this full time.
Yes.
They may want to do it full time when they go into SOTA, but then because throughout the 6 years you start learning about the industry, the reality, and more about the art form. So when you find out more about something, you could go both ways. You could go, oh, I really like it even more, or actually I still like this, but I don't want to do this for a lifetime.
Right.
And I think that's good. It's like a whole journey of like self-discovery for like young kids with dreams.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's like also, just to add here also, maybe it's like not just for SOTA, not just for art school. Maybe it also applies to like other schools.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you're studying engineering, doesn't mean you end up in engineering. If you're studying, business, doesn't mean you end up in business. Maybe you go to the arts instead.
Yeah. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
It's like this whole journey of self-discovery.
Okay, so we're talking about like the journey of self-discovery, right? So it could be like you go to school, you may not know, like when you enroll in a school, you may not know what you actually like.
Yeah.
Until you finish studying it, and you have an inkling of what you like, or like it could be an entire idea of what you really like.
Exactly. I think for us, we just had the inkling slightly earlier.
Yes.
So we like applied for SOTA and then we got in and woo! Yeah. We just happened to be on the journey a little earlier, but everybody can still reach the same endpoint. Yeah.
How was it like for you though? Because like it seems you knew exactly what you wanted. Perhaps from the point of winning Mamma Mia, that Mamma Mia competition, maybe,
Who knows?
or maybe like before that. It seems like you already knew. Was that it for you, or?
I think when I entered SOTA, I just went in to have fun at first, and it was like it didn't. I think my parents also reassured me a lot. It doesn't matter, because technically we are graduating not with an arts degree, or not an arts diploma, right?
Not a full arts diploma.
It's not a full arts diploma, and they assured me that if, let's say, I can just go and try, and if I don't like, you can just transfer out. Or just continue elsewhere after 6 years. Yeah.
Sound like very nice parents to have.
Yes.
So maybe we'll talk more about that later. I want to know more about you first, then we'll talk more about that. So how you studied? You had like your your arts after that. Then you were saying there's even extracurricular CCA
Yes,
after that.
there's CCA, but it's optional.
Optional.
Yeah.
Did you take any?
I did. I played chukball in
Chukball.
in when I was year 2-ish, 2 to 3.
Right.
Yeah, I played pretty often, but at the point of time I had some like outside curricular stuff, so got a little busy, so I had to quit.
Oh, what kind of
Yeah.
extracurricular was it? Like the contest, the competitions?
Oh, it was like some performances, but arts related. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy. It sounds like you leave home for school at like maybe 6 a.m. and then you're back at home at 9, 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, sometimes like school curriculum, right? Even just my normal school curriculum can, because for music there are some compulsory concerts that we have to attend. And you know, music concerts are at night, so sometimes it could be like we go to school in the morning and then our day ends at like 11 p.m.
Wow.
because of the concerts, and by the time you go home it's like 12, 1, depends on where you stay, and then next morning 6 a.m. again.
Wow.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it can get pretty hectic.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of concerts were there? Like arts appreciation kind of concerts?
Yeah, it was for us to get to know and listen to more industry like stuff. Had like classical concerts, less of like, you know, like K-pop concerts. You're going woo woo, less of those.
Oh.
Actually, we didn't really have like those like really crazy hype concerts, because
It was more like classical.
it was mostly classical, but there was also like jazz concerts and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was actually different genres of concerts, even like fusion and like all the kind of just exposure to the different genres. But it was most of the concerts are in a quieter setting to appreciate the music. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you feel like your life was very hectic at that point of time? Do you feel like, because it sounds damn crazy though. Like morning, you wake up, next thing you know, it's 11 p.m. and you're at home. And it's like, okay, I gotta go and brush my teeth and go to sleep. You sleep, you wake up, next thing you know, you're in school already.
I think sometimes it's a good thing, because when at that age, right, like I felt like I was just going to school and I was like playing and having fun every day. So it goes on, and you have less time to think about like, oh my god, I'm so busy, because you're so busy and you have so many things to do that you just don't have the chance to think that, oh my god, I'm so busy, and then you never have the doubt, and then you just continue, and then it becomes part of your lifestyle and you get very used to it.
Right. So you never experienced any like burnout in the sense, or you get tired of it?
You get tired, but because of how, like, you know, things are still graded, and you know, you still have grades and stuff, people just take it like they just be said. Let's say, okay, for example, you are very, very tired today. You take like a break for like today, you procrastinate, but then there's a deadline, so you have to do it.
Right.
Yeah, you have to do it. So people just push through like that, and you know, some people don't make it through the 6 years, like they go to another school, whatever, and that's all okay. That's completely fine. It depends on like their own journey, and yeah, I made it through the 6 years, and I enjoyed my 6 years.
That's great. So Monday to Friday, you're always in school.
Yeah.
Then what happens on the weekends? Do you get to rest at all? Like,
Yeah, of course there are weekends that I get to rest and just lie down and do nothing.
wow,
Just sleep the whole day.
that sounds nice though.
Yeah, it's nice. Of course there are those days. I think everyone needs those days.
Okay, so like if there's any projects in school, you get to complete them during weekdays and stuff like that.
Sometimes you have to do it in the weekends, because we had quite a lot of like group projects and things, and you know, because people have very different schedules on a daily basis, because art forms have different schedules as well, different art forms, and in our academic classes, everyone's from different art forms.
Right.
So they mix all the art forms together, and you know, because everyone has different schedules, it's very hard to coordinate. So sometimes people just coordinate on weekends. Yeah, but then that might just mean they take their breaks on weekdays, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Just a lot of I think one thing that we learned a lot was to schedule our time. Yeah, at that, which is very useful.
Actually is
Yeah, it's
useful.
very useful.
Actually is useful. So okay, so you're so busy during weekdays. Whatever time you had left, you did maybe like your competitions. Was that it?
Oh, I mean, of course, there's. I felt like at that time there was enough time to do all the competitions and all those stuff. But of course, like every other kid, I also went out with my friends.
Right.
I also played. I didn't lose out on that at that point of time. And one good thing was that in SOTA, everything was quite guided initially. Like in the first few years, it was quite guided. So things were planned for us. Yeah.
Okay. So that was okay.
Yeah. So
That's nice. That's an interesting lifestyle also because I mentioned earlier, like people go through secondary school. They maybe for me, like I play games with my friend. I go to the game shop and we play the arcade or we play all different kinds of games.
Yeah.
Then we head home and do our homework, or maybe copy homework.
Kids don't do
Don't
that.
tell them.
Kids
Don't
don't
tell
do
them. Don't do it. They'll send you to NDP.
What?
No, just kidding. So that's interesting. So like at the end, you finally got your IB completed.
Yes, I did. Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I successfully completed my IB after 6 years, and then now I'm in uni. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So what are you doing in uni now?
Oh, it's so different from the arts. But in uni, I'm studying a double major in economics and global affairs and public policy, short form ECPP. There's only one of this course in the entire Singapore, so please do not come and find me in school.
Okay. Oh, well, why do you choose that?
Oh, I wanted to do law. And then I didn't really do like exceptionally well for IB because of a few certain like factors and reasons. But I couldn't get into law schools in Singapore because they're very competitive. And so I got offers overseas, but I decided not to go because I wanted to stay here.
Right.
Because at that point of time, I still had all my art stuff. And most of my jobs, my gigs, or like opportunities were all here. So I also didn't want to leave that. I didn't want to leave my family. I didn't want to leave my friends. So I decided to just take something that is somewhat similar. That maybe after I take this degree, I can venture back into law. And if you guys are wondering why law, because law, I wanted to do entertainment law. So it was still arts related.
Right.
But it was more on like legal and like I wanted to so-called represent like existing artists and that was also like my backup plan and also a way to reassure my parents. I think everybody, probably every parents want their kids to have a safe and secured future.
Lawyer, doctor.
No, but the lawyer thing was my own choice.
Your own choice?
Yeah, it was my own choice. It wasn't, they didn't like hint anything about law. I just one day was like, actually I think I'll enjoy being an entertainment lawyer. Yeah.
That's interesting because like from someone who loves the performing arts, you decided that law is something you want to study. Like what made you decide like I want to be a lawyer someday?
I think one of the biggest motivation was I still have this dream to eventually, like somewhere later in my career, start like an entertainment company locally. And I think this is a sentiment that's shared by a lot of like friends and a lot of artists here, is that we want to grow the art scene here. And of course, I want to play a part in that. And I felt that law was one route that was able to get me closer to that end goal. Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, and it's like I said, like when we went to SOTA, a lot of us are trained to appreciate the arts. I feel like it was more of like arts appreciation than arts as a career.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, how I ended up appreciating arts was coming out and kind of wanting to contribute back to the industry that we have. And of course, I feel like I also don't see myself in another industry. when I was deciding my courses for uni, I had one like so-called idea or statement in mind where I am okay to do anything as long as that job is within the arts industry.
Right.
Yeah. So that was my main consideration while choosing my courses at the point of time. Yeah. And then somehow I landed back on this current course that I'm in. Yeah, which I think is more about like the way they think and what the useful skills that are taught in this course that I felt will be pretty useful to me.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still just starting out, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but YOLO, guys. YOLO.
Yeah. So okay, but even when you're studying right now in uni, right, you're also taking part in competitions, right? You're saying that now you just started, not just started. Maybe you went into songwriting competitions.
Yeah,
as well.
I did. I went into like some Mando pop songwriting competitions.
Oh.
Yeah, I was writing my friends, and
Okay,
I
okay.
submitted some. I wrote with my dad too.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it was like me exploring my own voice. But I also write English pop. And I feel like I'm not a very good speaker, actually. I don't talk very well.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not, like you see me talking like this, right? Like I get lost in my words. Like if there's no prompt or like it's not like a conversation, right? If it's like
Monologue.
yeah, if it's like a monologue, I cannot speak. I'll speak for like a good like half a minute and then bye bye. Yeah, and I feel like I can't share my thoughts and feelings very well in words, so I use my songs to like do all these things. And yeah, it's like it slowly became my safe space.
Right. I think that also like translates to people who people who don't are not able to play musical instruments or unable to sing per se. They also use music to kind of express themselves in terms of like sometimes they're sad, they listen to sad music.
Yeah.
Or when they touch wood, someone breaks up, they listen to like breakup music, things like that. I guess music really connects people in terms of like emotion.
Yeah, one thing I really enjoy about music is how it connects people.
Right.
I mean, I met a lot of people do music, made a lot of friends, got a lot of like opportunities, and basically right now my life basically revolves around that. Yeah.
Okay. So any recent competitions that was like, this is exciting, and then at the end you're like, you know what? This is great. I enjoyed this so much, or like there was something that you really, memorable.
I think one memorable one was recently I think last year participated in this songwriting competition called SGSW 我写我的歌, which is like a song by Ocean Butterflies, they are a record company, and also SCCC, like the Singapore Chinese Cultural Center. Yes. And it was also for people to connect more connect to their roots. And recently I got 2 songs into the finals, and one of them won Best Vocals.
Wait, 2 songs into the finals, meaning you wrote the songs?
Yes. I wrote one with my friends and I wrote one with my dad.
So that's the one that you were mentioning.
Yes, so I had both songs in the finals. So it was a pretty rare occurrence, to be honest, and considering that one even won an award, it was pretty crazy.
I can't imagine, man.
I mean, at around the same time, like I think there are some like other very, very memorable stuff. Like I did a busking show.
Oh, how was that?
I did a busking show in MediaCorp called Battle of the Buskers, 游走的歌王. A lot of it's Mando pop, I realized.
Yeah. Maybe because maybe we listen to Mando pop and maybe we are more connected to that.
Yeah, my parents are very big Mando pop listeners, and yeah, but yeah, that time I joined this MediaCorp competition. I mean, I got it. I got into the top 16. I didn't make it like super far into the competition, but I think it was very fun. I met a lot of friends there as well. And then there was also one more very memorable one. All these like happened around like last year, around like July, August. They were all happening around the same period.
Was it because events were coming back?
I think so. I think so. I think it was because of that. But so I was in this Douyin show called 闪光的出发吧闪光的你 yes.
Right.
And there were like very pretty famous stars, not pretty, they were famous stars like Zhang Yan and Chen Chushan, and it was like a very interesting experience because it was me, Leon, and Jason, like other buskers, that was in like this show. There was 3 of us mainly, and it was a very fun experience. It was very rare to get such a big opportunity, so it was fun. Fun fact, if y'all never watched the show, Uncle Raymond was on that show.
Uncle Raymond?
Yeah.
Yes!
He was on the show. He's actually a very down-to-earth person in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice. I actually met him at the MRT station before.
Cool.
He took a photo with me. Okay. Next. Yeah. So, what do you do in the competition? Like, the reality show?
Yeah, it was like a reality.
What do you do?
Variety show.
What do you do?
I sang, I danced, what else did I do? I wrote a song.
You wrote a song?
Yeah. I had a makeover. They cut my hair. That was where I cut my bangs.
And then you stuck with it?
I stuck with it because I think they look pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, it does look good.
Guys, just like capping. But yeah.
Okay.
That
So it tested all your aspects of performing arts. Like, was there acting as well? Was there acting as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully, I'm not a very good actor, so don't ask me to act. I mean, if the opportunity, okay, fine, but I will not reject opportunities.
Maybe one day, man, Hollywood calls.
I will not reject opportunities, but I'm not a very good actor.
Crazy Rich Asians 2. Okay, so right, that's interesting. So at the end of the day, like that, there was no winner, there was no loser. It was just a show, and you enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
Well, I assume there was a lot of exposure as well, and a lot of connections that you made, a lot of friends you made.
Yeah, it was like there was like quite a few jobs I got like after the show. I think it was on the news, but it was more like popular in China because it's a Douyin show. It's not like a TikTok show.
Right.
Yeah, so it was like played on Douyin platform, and the views were crazy. It's like
millions?
5 times of Singapore's population.
What's Singapore's population now? I'm not helping Singapore's population, by the way. Not yet.
I don't think you can say that.
So what was that? So 5 times. Wow, that's a lot, man. It's a lot of viewers.
It's a lot of people. It's really a lot of people.
Would you say if you go to China now, someone would be like, "Hey,
Nah, no way, no way.
it's her."
No way, no way.
Maybe
I
one
don't
day.
think so. I don't
One
think
day.
Nah. Okay, one day. Hopefully it happens one day.
So like that. Where was that?
It's like last year, July.
Oh yeah, you mentioned. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Around that time.
Oh, must have been fun though. Taking part in a show like that.
It was fun. It was very fun.
So after that, was that around the time? When did you start busking? You were saying like you had busking friends as well that took part together as well.
Yeah, I did. One of them is like Jason Yu. So he was also in the show. Like I was mainly like filming with 2 people, which is Dion Lim, the MasterChef guy,
I know. Yes,
and
yes.
also Jason Yu. It's a pretty famous busker. Yeah.
Okay. Like, when did you start busking?
I started around. I started last year. Started last year May. Yes.
Last year May. Oh, that's pretty recent. I mean, considering
it
other
is.
buskers out there, they're like
Yes,
doing
yes.
that for years.
I'm actually a very new, somewhat new busker. I can't really say it's new anymore since it's been a year, but almost a year.
I mean, in the context of all the buskers out there, you're considered
yeah.
new.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. So what made you want to start basking?
I think I always wanted to do it, but there was some of my friends that took up basking and they thought it was quite fun, and I just wanted to try. Yeah, it was a lot of decisions I made was because I just wanted to try.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot. Not all or nothing. Just tiptoe into it, and if I don't like it, I'll run.
Just a little taste.
Just a little bit.
Just a little taste.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah. I mean, I don't bask that often because recently I kind of changed my focus, especially after I got into Twitch, and
Right.
Twitch it did kind of like pop off ish. Yeah,
It's popping off.
popping off.
It's
Whoa.
multiple bubbles coming out. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yes, I do watch your streams from time to time as well. I feel like it's a very nice stream to listen in and listen to you sing. I guess people do song requests as well, right?
Yeah, of course. For me, it was like when I first got into Twitch, I was a viewer on Twitch before, like for a long time. Believe it or not, my account is 5 years old.
5 years old?
Yeah, 6 years old.
I thought you started recently, man.
I was watching.
Wait,
I was
who were you
lurking.
lurking on? Okay.
no revealing my secret. But I was like a serial lurker, and then
What genres?
games. At the point of time, it was games. I didn't know there was like music on Twitch at the point of time. And then I met Rai.
Rai.
Yes.
Big Daddy Rai.
Yes, I met Big Daddy Rai.
One of our episodes before this or after this. I don't know when the editor will post this, okay?
But yes, he was the one that actually encouraged me to properly just start Twitch.
Right.
Yeah, because I met him at a competition.
At a competition.
He was the judge.
He was the judge.
Yeah, he was judging me.
Damn.
Yeah.
When was that?
Last year's March?
Last year, March?
I think so. Like very early March. Very early March. I started streaming, I remember it's 22nd March I started streaming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So the decision was made pretty fast, and my other consideration was that I was going to start basking and I wanted to learn more songs because I'm not very I'm quite outdated.
Wait. Hold on. When you say you're outdated, right? What kind of songs are we talking about?
Okay, at the point of time, I listened to a lot
Old MacDonald?
No! It was more musicals for me at that point of time.
Right, musicals.
Yeah, musicals and like musical theater stuff.
Mamma Mia.
And Mamma Mia, yes, Mamma Mia, and less of like English pop music.
Right.
So I wanted to get to know more. So that's why I also started Twitch and got like requests, got to know more songs from my audience. And I really didn't expect it to be where it is right now. And not at all. Did not expect Twitch to be the platform for me to be in. But I guess I just went with the flow, and I'm here right now doing streams a lot.
Yeah. So if you reach this point of the video right now, right, check the about section.
Yeah! Come and watch my streams.
Go and watch the streams, man.
I'm even doing more social media now.
More social. What social media are you on?
I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I've always been on Instagram, but recently it's been starting TikTok, and I am venturing into YouTube.
Into YouTube.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of videos are we expecting on YouTube?
I think some like pretty fun things are like stream highlights, some interesting events that I host, where I will like, compile it into videos and like shorten it so that you guys can have the full experience in less of time.
Right.
And also covers, and I think it'll be more fun to have more content, because like content in a way where I find is fun and also related to my journey, because I think my journey is not very common.
It's not.
Yeah, and I would love to share it to everybody. Like, you know, when people ask me questions, right, I'm very happy to tell you everything.
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything. I do that quite a lot during my events.
Oh, really?
Almost every event I have asked me anything.
What's the weirdest question you got?
Weirdest question?
Give her some time, guys. Let her think.
Weirdest question is always like the relationship questions.
Huh? What kind of relationship questions? Like,
Are you single?
oh.
I mean, it's not weird. It's just the more like not so related things.
Like, they didn't ask you about your music or like your
Yeah, but I have a lot of wholesome ones too. Like,
oh, like what?
like people just used to ask me anything. They don't ask me anything, but they just like tell me like how much they like questions and all. And I feel very appreciated. And like all the work that was put into like streaming and making like these kind of contents, like it's like really paying off. And it's very nice to have. It's very nice to have. Yeah, it's very sweet of them too.
Oh, it was like compliments. And,
Yeah, they come in and like compliment the stream and the content.
Yeah.
Yeah, and very nice. I like. It makes my heart feel very warm.
Yes, please comment below. If you are watching her content and everything, you enjoy it, let her know, man. It's
Let me
important.
know,
Yeah.
guys.
It's important to
Feedback is important. I will improve.
Yes. So that I think creators really enjoy this, like, when they get feedback and they feel better about what they're doing is right, what they're doing is on the right path.
Yes,
Right. So,
of course.
So it encourages them
Yeah.
as well. Right. So besides, so you were basking, you met Big Daddy Rai.
Yes.
Then you went into
Streaming.
streaming. Then after that, basking. And in the meantime, you were doing that
The show, all the different
towing
shows. Yes.
Oh my! That period of time must have been really crazy for you, man.
It was really, really crazy. I mean, but at a point of time, it was a good crazy because I also haven't started school. It was like before uni, there's like a big break, it's gap, yeah. So I did all of that. I had the chance to start all that during that time. And yeah, when uni started, it's just continuing the lifestyle, just gotta factor in some school stuff. And here I am.
That's interesting. Imagine you didn't do that and you decided, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna lie down every day. You wouldn't be where you are today, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So So last year it seems like that was a big year for you, man.
Yeah, it was. It was like, it felt like my career is like finally taking off or moving in a promising direction.
Right.
Sometimes I'm a pretty reality check person. So if I think like something's not working out, I catch on it pretty fast. So I would like shift or find my focus elsewhere. But recently, I mean, I was never a very social media person. I'm not I'm quite camera shy actually.
Okay, imagine there's no cameras here, okay?
But I got more comfortable, of course, with streaming because like every time you're in front of a camera, and Twitch was a way for me to also like connect back to social media, and you know how social media is like very big right now.
Yes.
And I'm slowly getting into it and enjoying it a lot more than I was before. And I feel like after getting into this like social media streaming thing, I feel like I have a better, like I said, more promising direction that maybe my career will work out, like in music, yeah.
Right. You see a light.
Yeah, I see a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's starting to be blinding.
No, I'm just kidding.
So, you were saying you got jobs as well during that period of time, right?
Yeah, so
What kind of jobs we're talking about?
I think like some gigs, events. I took up like performances here and there. Those were like more of, I didn't like actively go and search. It was lucky for me because I was on all these shows. Because at the point of time, I was actually quite busy, so I didn't like actively look for like jobs or performances. But because of the shows that I was on, and like some social media improvement and stuff, then there were people that actually came to look for me, which kind of like expanded like my experience in a sense where like I got to experience different types of like
spectrum.
artists, you
Right.
know, artist life
Okay.
in like locally, because there are different types of like artists. Not everybody's JJ Lin,
Yeah.
right? Not everybody follows JJ Lin's roots. There are artists that are doing like gigs, bar gigs, and even they are happy, you know, maybe that's what they want to do. Like, you know, everybody, there's different like areas of like the music industry that people work in, back end, front end, you know, as entertainment. And I got the chance to experience and try all that very early, so that at the same time it's also to find what I like. Yeah.
Okay. So from the moment I'm going on an assumption here that your stream started to take off middle to late of last year, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, that was when you were busy and you started your social media and everything.
Yeah.
And it all
Started social media very late actually.
a month later or like?
Actually, I properly started investing into social media this year.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it took off really, really fast. Like
Right.
TikTok actually grew ridiculously fast. Like it grew like 1.3K in about less than a month.
Right.
Which is, for me, it was a very, very big number. Right? And I kind of like started realizing like the reach that social media has, and to me it has become like a tool. And as I continued to be more consistent on these platforms, I started to enjoy it a lot more. I don't know if that's the case for other people, but for me, somehow the more I do it, the more I enjoy it.
That's good. It's good. It helps. It helps with your passion as well.
It does.
Complements very
It's
well.
like
So.
killing two birds with one stone.
Don't tell Peter that. Just kidding. So right. So then we reached this point right now. So that you started early this year, and now we're filming somewhere in March. So
Yes.
what's your plans in the future?
So for me right now, I just released my first English single like at the start of the month, and it's slowly also taking off. I'm planning to release more music, more of my own music after being encouraged a lot. And I think this year compared to last year, my focus was on getting more performances. But I feel like this year it has moved to like my focus has become like going on social media, and there are a lot of things that I have planned. Of course, my song releases. I'm planning a podcast with musicians, because to let you guys basically know more about the music industry, because there are so many different parts. And as someone that has like floated around and mingled with like people of different ages at different stages of their career, I feel like there are a lot of things that people don't know, and it would be nice if more people knew and were more aware of it. And this is like a way for me to like also spread the word about music and the local industry. You know, it's like me working towards that final goal, like I said just now.
Yes.
And like playing a part in improving the local art scene, right? And there's that podcast. There is more YouTube stuff.
Right.
I finally got editors.
Let's go! We're growing.
Finally.
We're growing.
But yes, we are growing in that way. I have a merch line coming.
Merch.
Yes, because
what are we selling here?
Oh, we have socks, shaker keychain, and a tote bag. Yeah, so I'm just starting small first, because actually last year I did a subathon, which is like a, how do I explain a subathon?
Like, okay, a subathon is an event where streamers actually start streaming, and then as they get more support during the stream, like maybe through subscribers, through subscriptions, through subscriptions or donations, then they have this timer that goes on. Every time they get a subscription, every time they get a donation, the timer adds on, and the streamer continues streaming.
So it's like a goal, and it's like you set a goal, and then there's like a reward and exchange system with like the viewers and the streamer as well, I think. And one of my goals, actually my final goal, was to make a merch line.
Right.
And we actually went way beyond it, but so that was what I was been planning the whole time. And personally for me, because as I as I went to explore all these areas, I also picked up skills in like designing and all that stuff. So I ended up doing all of it myself. So yeah, this time around the Coving merch line is 95% designed by myself.
Like, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
5% is because I have a friend who does my emotes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, so there's that, and then of course more TikTok content.
Let's go.
Short form content. I'm still planning more interesting streams, and just exploring things outside of music that could probably link back to music, so that the audience gets to know more about me, gets to know more about the industry, and just music in general in Singapore.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Like, it's good to have a future plan as well. Like,
Yes.
then you know where you're going and what you're working towards too.
Yeah. I started creating goals like recently, so I think it's very useful. And yeah, it's very, very useful.
Are there any like milestones that you think? Let's say, for example, you make a podcast.
Yes.
Is there any milestones for your podcast, like maybe in terms of viewership or like guests or
I think my goal is to get more and more guests. The reason why I started my podcast was because I was always doing collabs with streamers on their streams, but for me, because of like space initially and like logistic stuff, I didn't really invite people over to my stream, and my viewers kept seeing me.
Right.
I think it's time for a change for them to maybe see someone else as well. But
Yeah.
also, I just wish to connect with more people.
Yeah.
And this podcast is probably a way. And like on the note of Twitch, I'm also aiming. I said during my like 1 year anniversary, I was like, which is very recent, like last week.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna push for partner, which is like like the verified mark on your social medias.
Yeah, that tick, man.
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
tick.
get that
I
tick,
gotta
man.
get tick.
Yes. How are you gonna push for it? Like, are you gonna get? Is it gonna be an event? Like,
Not really. I think because recently it's been picking up, and I feel like I just gotta continue what I was gonna do. And of course, I have been planning more like interesting things, not just like singing on stream, and other types of content that I think my audience will also enjoy, like other than just me singing.
Right. I think that's interesting because like maybe there are other groups of people who like to see a different side of you as well.
Yeah.
Right. Let me drink my water.
Go ahead.
So I have a question for you. So knowing that you love music and everything in your life, your compass is like music.
Yeah.
Let's say if one day you wake up and you lose your voice entirely, what would you do next?
See this stanky face? Okay, but seriously speaking, I feel like I'll be like sad for a good week, and then I will find other ways in like it still doesn't deviate me from my end goal of making like a difference in the art scene by like probably honing newer artists eventually. That would still be my end goal. I would still like work there through other ways, but I would be sad for a whole week. That's very long. Usually I get sad for like a day, and then slap yourself, and then okay, I got too many things to do. Okay, next.
No time to be sad.
No time to be sad. No.
Sad.
Sad, you go away, don't disturb me. When life gives you lemons, you take out your... No, just kidding. It's a TikTok reference.
Yeah, go check out the TikTok, man. TikTok reference, guys.
TikTok reference. You can slot it in at it. I'm just kidding.
Okay, that's interesting. So like it seems like you're very, although you are you not portray yourself. You are a gentle person. You seem like a very gentle person, but you do have a very, very tenacious spirit. It does seem so, right?
I mean, it's very hard for me to say.
No, but this is how I see it. Maybe
Yeah, maybe that's how you guys see it. I'm not quite sure, but for myself, I feel like I'm just going with the flow.
Right.
Maybe it's because I'm still very young-ish. Not really, getting a bit old. But but just YOLO.
Right.
Yeah. But also because I have a lot of people encouraging me as
Right.
I go.
Yeah.
And that's probably what keeps me going. Yeah.
So, yeah, actually, I was about to ask, like, throughout your life, there's a lot of ups and downs, and like, in terms of like, maybe at some point you felt discouraged during a competition, or like maybe at some point, the going gets tough, and maybe there's someone supporting you along the way. Well, is there anyone that like supported you throughout this journey so far?
I think my biggest supporters are probably my family, like my parents, even my brother. My brother may seem like he is like living his own life, but he's actually very supportive.
That's great.
And of course, like my grandparents and my cousins, all they're all very supportive. And of course, I would like to thank them for encouraging me and allowing me to still do whatever I'm doing right now. And also, one of what I want to say is a biggest thank you to like my Twitch community actually. Because actually when I started Twitch, I really didn't expect much from like this career. I thought like couldn't make it anything, but I was very welcomed, and I was very lucky to meet so many people in the community that was like encouraging and pushing me, and actually gave me the courage to get on my feet to continue the path. And I'm very thankful for them to be there at that point of time, and I don't know, I just feel like everything was fate. And also I'll also thank like my friends, of course, and the people around me that's always like supported me, because without you guys, right, really like I think it's very cliche, but it is true though. Like without the audience, without the people that support you, there is no you. There is no you to support. I mean, okay, there is a you to support, but like there's just not. It's just you are not where you are. Like you won't get where you are, without these people. So yeah, I'm forever grateful to them.
Yes, I think it's
my
very
Yeah, sorry. No.
I think it's very important to have a good support system and like people
Yeah.
that encourage you along the way as well.
And also, soft toys and pillows is a good support system. Hint, hint. It's good. It is good. It's a good support system.
Hey, maybe at the end of this video, people watch this video, they're gonna buy you a lot of soft toy,
Oh yeah,
Hey.
too many cannot. I'm allergic to dust. Cannot too many.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. So maybe as a way to like end this video, is there a message you'd like to bring out to people who are on a journey of self-discovery, or this journey of like, during this journey of self-discovery, there are a lot of setbacks and a lot of like, like maybe like for you, like there was a lot of competitions going on. You maybe felt at some point there was like, maybe self-doubt or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there a message you'd like to share with them?
Actually, this message was not from me. It was from my chem teacher when I was in school.
Okay.
It was something that I felt was very useful to me. When you fail or you face a setback, it can be sad for a day. But after that day, find another way to move on. Yeah, no matter what way. And really, I'm pretty like I said, I was a pretty shy and I didn't have a lot of courage. I was like very scared person, like very quiet. But throughout the journey, I feel like if you never try, you'll never know. Yeah, and if you guys have something that you want to do, go ahead and try. But of course, reality check. Do not put everything inside. Like, do not put your whole life into it, okay? Yeah.
I think that's a great message
Yeah.
to take away. That's a great message.
Yeah, you can continue doing what you like to do, but do not throw your whole life into it.
Okay, so if there are any setbacks, you are allowed to be sad. You can be sad.
Yes, you can be sad.
But don't be sad for too long.
Yeah, don't be
Focus
sup-
on the
yes,
solution.
Yes.
Right? And go and try new things as much as possible. Right? Okay, I got a question for you, Dawn. So, is there anything that you want to say to the future you that, be it as a motivation or a self-reminder to, look back on?
I think I would like to tell my future self, firstly, hi, congratulations on making it there. Whatever your goal was, I hope you reached it. And don't get too tired. Actually, that's the biggest thing I should tell myself. Don't get too tired. Don't get too stressed. And make more friends. Yes.
Gambate, you can do it!
Yeah, but also I would also like to tell myself that, when life gives you lemons, you just be sad for one day and move on. Yes.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining in. Just chatting with Jowell Chan. And thank you, our guest, for joining us today, Dawn. Go and check out all her social media. Follow her on Spotify as well. New music coming soon.
Oh.
New music coming soon. But go check out all her social media. Thank you so much, Dawn, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bloopers.
Beep. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Wait, let me take that again. I was talking something from my mouth.
Daily habits, guys.